Alright guys, gonna be making text tutorial today, and this tutorial was requested by Slapshocked, I believe a while ago, and I never made it. So here we go. Start out composition, new composition, everything NTSC, D1, widescreen, whatever, all that, and then I usually have 07 seconds just because it makes rendering so much faster. Start off, hit layer, new, solid, which is also Control Y, I believe. And now you're going to choose a dark color of any kind that you want. Let's go with dark red for today, shall we? Dark red, make comp size, okay. And then now you're going to go up to here, it's a little square. And you're going to click it and then hit Q until it changes to an ellipse, which is right there. And now in this square, you're going to go drag from top left to top, or to bottom right. So then it makes a perfect ellipse, very beautiful. And of course, the quality is going to be so much different on YouTube because Hypercam is trash and my computer's slow. So, yeah. Just do everything I do and it should come out pretty clean. Now, bottom on the down arrow for mask, change the feather to 200. And mask opacity always looks good on 66. I don't know. It just, on my screen, that looks amazing. Alright, so now, actually we'll go down here and we'll bring that up. Alright, so layer, new, we can also do Control Y or Command Y. And then make it black, okay, make comp size, okay. And then effects and presets, type in frac, F-R-A-C, and it should be fractal noise. You're going to click and you're going to drag this onto the black solid that you just made. And now you're going to change the contrast to 130. The brightness to -30, and you're gonna click on the evolution stopwatch, and you're gonna bring this little time thing all the way to the very end, and then you're gonna change the evolution time thing to 3003, and then 3 zeros, weird. And then as you can see, if you drag in between here, you'll be getting a much different, like, shaky smoke kind of thing. And remember to bring this back to the beginning when you're done, or else this will mess up the video. Right now, after that's done, you're going to click on this and change the mode to screen, which is up here, right there. And if you don't see that, hit F4, or you can click on toggle switches and or modes, and you should be able to see your background color, which mine is red, so I see it perfectly. Change the opacity to either like 3 or 2%, and it'll kind of give this like bumpy cloud color, and it's really cool. And so I'm gonna put up on this fractal noise so it doesn't take up so much room. And now we get to put in some text. Yeah. So, gonna go over to characters because I want to change the color of my text from blue to white. We'll go with white. And then type in tutorials, or tutorial. And then this is what all the stuff I'm using. It doesn't really matter. It will all come out the same. Then I'm going to click on this little mouse thing so I can center it up. Make it a little bit longer. And then now it's centered and I like how it is so far. I'm going to go down here and hit Control D to duplicate it, or Command D, and it will duplicate that layer. Click on the bottom layer and then click on the color of the bottom layer, and you're going to want to change it to this color. And the way you do that is you grab this little eyedropper and you put it to that color and then hit OK. Shouldn't do anything yet, and yeah. So then we're going to go to effects and presets again, and we're going to type in GAU for Gaussian. I don't know what that means, but it's Gaussian blur. That's what we're going to be using. Bring it onto the bottom text layer that you just made, and change the blurriness to 20. Like, change it to 20, like not 220. It shouldn't do anything just yet. Now is when it should start doing something. Type in glow, stylized glow, and also bring this to the bottom text layer. and you're going to change the threshold to 0, the intensity to 10, and you're going to change the color A right here to the background color, and this is what it should look like. Of course, it probably doesn't look good on YouTube with Hypercam, but on my screen it looks really clean. So, so far that looks pretty sweet. So just bring all this stuff up, and now is when it starts getting more fun. So type in decode, and you should get decoder fade in, and you're going to drag this onto both the bottom text layer and the top text layer. Nothing should come up, and then you just drag through the timeline, and it should type in what your text said. Now, to make this look even better, we're going to type in Jiggy, G-I-G-G-Y, and Jiggy should come up. Bring this onto the bottom text layer and the top text layer, and when you drag through, it should give it this blurry, bumpy, kind of shaky look, and it'll keep going past, so we're gonna have to change that. So go down here to our little zone of changing everything, bring both down the layers of the text, and then so text, and then Jiggy animator, range selector, and then click end. And this thing right here has to be at the very beginning, or else this will look trashy. And then scroll down, Jiggy animator, range selector, and then end. And then now you're gonna bring this to this little gray dot thing, which is when your thing should end. And then when your thing should be finished typing, so mine says tutorial. And now I'm gonna click on this diamond right here, and then scroll up, do it to the same thing, or the next text layer, and then bring it forwards about half of a second, maybe even less. Click the diamond, bring this to 0, and do the same with the other one. And then after that, you should be done for the most part. So, one sec, let me just make this look more clean just by bringing all this stuff up. That looks nice. Now when you drag throughout the timeline, this is what it should do. Some typing in, shaking, and then right when it's done typing, it should do this little fade away kind of cool thing. Except it looks much more clean on your screen, or it will. And then now to render it, all you do is hit composition and then add to render QU, and then this thing should pop down here, and then just click render, and bada bing, bada boom.